I just get to pinch myself every day because I am the biggest Disney fan that I know. Whether it comes to parks, the movies, Pixar, Disney Plus, all the Disney Channel shows, I've been obsessed my whole life. So I feel very, very blessed to be playing Snow White so much. I was scared of the original cartoon. I think I watched it once and then I never picked it up again. Like, I'm being so serious. I watched it once and then I went on the ride in Disney World, which was called Snow White's Scary Adventures. Doesn't sound like something a little kid would like. Was terrified of it. Never revisited Snow White again. I mean, you know, the original cartoon came out in 1937 and very evidently so. There's a big focus on her love story with a guy who literally stalks her. Weird. So we didn't do that this time. Focused on becoming the leader that her father tells her that she can be. And she's really trying to find the courage to stand up to the evil queen and how to find her own agency and rule a kingdom. And she meets so many incredible people along the way. And maybe she finds love, maybe she finds friendship, but really what's important is that she finds her way. Took a pause and realized what I was auditioning for. And then it became like, I will elbow everyone out of the way to play the part.
Hey, you know, my life's like a movie, my eyes are like a Uzi, jacuzzi. Get out of the way.
Buckle up because we've got some major Hollywood drama to dive into. So, as you probably already know, Rachel Zegler, a super talented Latina actress, has been cast as Snow White. Now, while there's no denying Rachel's acting, chops, this casting choice has set the internet on fire. Why? Well, some fans feel it strays too far from the traditional image of Snow White, who's always been portrayed with fair skin. And trust me, people have opinions. But wait, Disney didn't stop there? Oh no, they're shaking things up big time with the storyline too. Get this, they've completely ditched the dwarfs. Yep, those iconic 7 little guys, gone. Instead, they're introducing magical creatures. Now, change can be exciting, sure, but for many fans, this move feels like a total rewrite of what made Snow White so special in the first place. And if you thought the controversy ended there, think again. Fans are furious. Some are even calling for a boycott of the movie. That's right, people are so upset, they're actually talking about skipping it entirely. And guess what? The backlash has been so intense that Disney just hit the brakes on the release. Originally set for 2024, the movie's now been pushed all the way to 2025. Looks like Disney's feeling the heat and taking some extra time. Whether to rethink things or just let the storm die down, we'll have to wait and see. So, what do you think? Is Disney making a bold move, or are they messing with a classic? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
Where are you? Where are you with this project?
We are in pre-production.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
went to see Jeremy. And he
Yes,
told you that-
So I went to see Jeremy, and this was as everything with Snow White was happening, and people were very disappointed, very upset about the way that Disney was rolling out this project. The way that
they
were.
picked such a fun actress too.
It was, and you know, you've now heard me speak forever, how many hours we've been talking, but about my love of literature and stories. And I grew up reading classic literature. I grew up reading the traditional stories. I grew up reading Grimm's. And I love the stories underneath these fairy tales. And so as somebody who is more traditional and has a love and appreciation for stories, it's sad to watch these stories be completely destructed for that agenda. And so I had been watching this and commenting on it, and so Jeremy brings me in and says...
Luckily they fail.
They do,
Right,
yes, they
because
usually
they're
do.
dull and preachy and obvious and transgressive in the casual manner, not in the creative manner. Right.
But yeah, Jeremy said we want to do the impossible, and we want to do our own Snow White. And we want to do it in line with the values with which it was written. Mm-hmm. We want to honor the story, and we want you to play Snow White. Mm-hmm. And Jeremy had been watching me work. No audition. Well, I think my audition had been the first month of Pendragon.
I understand your audition.
But he hadn't even really seen me act before that. He had, watched my TV shows and that kind of thing, but he really saw me during Pendragon.
Right.
And so this was about a month into Pendragon or so. And he said, I'm going to keep you updated. We're working on a script. And at that time, I think he had a very ambitious goal, because that's when Snow White was still going to be released, right around this time. He was like, let's try to film it during Pendragon. And I was like, okay, well, we'll see how this goes. That did not happen, and I'm very glad that it didn't, because I think we will do the story Justice, yes, with the right amount of time in the prep. And so we got back from no, actually, I'm skipping over the story of how we created the trailer. But Jeremy started working on music, and he had this idea for the trailer.
All right, folks. Things just got even more intense in the battle over Snow White. The Daily Wire isn't just watching from the sidelines, they're stepping right into the fight with their own take on the classic tale. Their version, Snow White and the Evil Queen, is set to hit screens in 2024, and they're promising to stick to traditional values, giving a big shout out to fans who aren't thrilled with Disney's changes. This is a bold move. It's like they're throwing down the gauntlet, challenging Disney on its own turf. And now, we've got an epic showdown brewing between these two adaptations. One is pushing the envelope with modern changes, while the other is pulling things back to the roots. This kind of head-to-head battle in Hollywood is rare, especially over a fairy tale as iconic as Snow White. So what exactly is the Daily Wire bringing to the table? Well, they're diving deep into nostalgia, bringing back everything we loved about the original: friendship, magic, inner beauty, and romance. Their goal? A Snow White that stays true to the Grimm brothers' original fairy, Tale. This move is a direct response to fans who feel like recent adaptations have lost that classic Disney magic. And let's talk about the star of the Daily Wire's version, Brett Cooper. She's stepping into the role of Snow White with one big promise: keeping things classic. Unlike Rachel Zegler's modern take in Disney's version, Brett is all about honoring tradition. She's not just playing a princess, she's embodying the Snow White that so many grew up admiring, a character defined by innocence and timeless beauty without modern rewrites. But here's the kicker: Brett Cooper isn't just any actress. Before stepping into this role, she had already built a massive YouTube following, where she shared her thoughts with millions of subscribers. That means she's not just bringing star power to the role, she's bringing a loyal fan base that already trusts her insights and loves her energy. And there's more. Brett's take on Snow White comes with a promise. No political spins, no hidden agendas, just a classic fairy tale. In a world where everything feels politicized, this approach is a breath of fresh air for many fans. And guess what? People are loving it. Support for the Daily Wire's Snow White has been exploding across social media, with fans excited to see a version that brings back that timeless Disney magic, without the extra baggage. And of course, the Daily Wire hasn't been shy about calling Disney out. They've been very vocal, accusing Disney of straying from the magic and vision that Walt Disney himself brought to life back in 1937. That's a huge claim, basically saying that Disney has forgotten its own roots and is disrespecting its own legacy. So what do you think? Is the Daily Wire right? Are they delivering the Snow White that fans have been waiting for? Or is all this controversy just overblown? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the debate going. And if you enjoyed this breakdown, smash that like button and hit subscribe for more updates. This is Woke Informant. Thanks for watching, and until next time.